Now, she just seems a little spoiled and a little entitled, right?
Very.
So I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, she says, I'm a very direct communicator and I'm going to tell you what I mean, I think it's important to be direct and communicate clearly, but I also feel like, she says, if you don't listen, if you don't heed my warning, then I'm just done, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is really coming from a place of entitlement. Like
mm-hmm.
somebody in her household, mother, father, along the way, made her feel like she was a princess in the center of the universe, and therefore it's either my way or we're done.
I completely agree.
And that's not healthy.
Are thinking and saying the same thing because we have these conversations on an almost daily basis. Once you turn us off, we don't care anymore. So let that be a warning to you. You're probably not going to circle back. They always come back. They always come back. But when you're ready to come back,
that shows you that these men that she's talking about aren't high value men.
Because they're coming back, you mean?
Exactly.
They're just not, they don't just move on to the next thing in their lives, but they're circling
exactly
back. I see.
And this is like what we're talking about, the whole cycle of things.
Mm-hmm.
These are beta male guys that are low, like, you know, so it's just like she's dealing with a certain quality of man, a type of man, and she's not taking any responsibility.
I hear that. That's a good point. She's not taking responsibility. I hear that. It's all one-sided. It's you're the problem, you're doing this, you're doing that, not reflecting at all, like, what am I doing? What am I saying? What am I thinking? What attitude am I having that could possibly be contributing to the fact that these men are reacting this way to me? Yeah, she needs to reflect. I agree.
Don't be, excuse my language, don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch.
Wait, she's talking to men? She's saying to men?
I don't know. Yeah, she has to be. Or she's talking about herself.
If you haven't failed...
This is what you're hearing when a woman's talking to you like that. It's that little nasal,
and men are tired of that.
Nasally.
In 2020, we're tired of it.
It's like the Charlie Brown, when the Charlie Brown hears the parents. Did you ever hear that? You're too young. Charlie Brown, if you go look at old Charlie Brown videos, the parent was never an audible voice. It just, when the parent would come into the room, all Charlie Brown would hear would be wah, 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 wah.
Pretty much.
Like
that's
the adults.
And honestly, if I'm speaking for all men here, that's really what we hear when women talk. In general. Like, guys, we know this is true. This is unfortunate. That's what, honestly, how does she look? Really? Like, you look good. Okay, you're talking to us. All right, we're not really hearing what you're saying. We're just nodding our head hoping that we can get from point A to point B eventually, you know? That's what men think about. I'm not just like, oh, call me a misogynist for it. I'm telling you, guys, we might nod our heads in approval of certain things. We're just trying to get through that conversation so we can advance things to the next base, you know?
So it's always all physical?
Not for every man. I believe for every heterosexual man that's high value, that's, you know, I believe for the majority, for the most part. Not every man. Some men are very, you know, that's not what they're about. But I'd say for a lot of men, it's just background noise, and we're trying to get through it.
Oh my goodness, so you're just trying to tolerate it?
A lot of times it's just, and then we're just listening, nodding our head. Okay, you know?
We work hard. We're successful. We take care of ourselves. We try to look cute. We have a desire to be something more each day.
Well, she does have a lot of demands. You know, she's coming across.
Yeah, for someone that's almost 30 years old. For a 30-year-old woman.
I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that.
No high value mans, I don't think, would be with someone that's almost 30 years old. But that's just my opinion.
Okay, well, I disagree with that opinion because I feel like there are high value men out there who might be now understanding their value at a later age, like 50.
But then he has 24-year-olds.
Okay, well, maybe he would find a 30-year-old attractive. Well, so I don't think it necessarily has to do with age. I just think it has to
think if you're that age, why not settle for, 19-year-olds? 20-year-olds.
Well, because some 19-year-olds, then you'd have to grow them up in a lot of different
No, it doesn't
areas.
have to be serious.
Oh, okay. So now you're talking about something that I don't understand. So.
Well, I'm saying, like, you know, like, guys don't care about your accomplishments necessarily. Like, that's good for you. You know, are you feminine?
Mm-hmm.
Can you cook? Can you clean?
Mm-hmm.
How do you look?
Mm-hmm.
And are you submissive? All these different things that she's never once brought up. And this is the attitude of a lot of women.
That's true. That isn't what she's saying. I hear a lot. Producing this in girls, and then that's actually hurting young men because they can't be in a healthy relationship with a woman that has an attitude like this. Mm-hmm. What do you think about this? Do you think that she is the flip side of what you're doing?
No. This is all emotional.
But she's kind of talking to all men and saying, this is how you need to be. And you're kind of talking to women, like, women.
Okay, but my advice, I believe in, maybe it's just because it's my channel, I believe my advice on focusing on yourself, focusing on your purpose, it works for men because women are seeking, the ones that are seeking relationships. You know? Mm-hmm. So they're constantly seeking relationships. We're focused on our purpose. What she's telling women to do, focus on your career. Don't chase men. Well, you're never going to find any man, to be honest, that fits your standards. You're going to find a slave. You're going to find a man that has no backbone, no spine, that you can talk to whatever way you want, and you can walk all over.
I mean, that does sound like what she's asking for. I don't know if she realizes that's what she's asking for.
She doesn't realize it.
But she's asking for a man that will just basically do whatever she wants him to do.
Exactly.
Like a robot.
Exactly.
And so that's what I'm hearing. So I feel for her, I really do. So.
I think it's a bad message to put out for young women that are watching this.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because
I agree.
In their minds, like what she said, I'm very successful,
yeah.
Which she is successful. Mm-hmm. She is accomplished. Mm-hmm. But does this woman look happy to you? Does this woman look like she's fulfilling her feminine role in life? And does she look like this is someone that, as a high value man, you would want to be with in a committed relationship? Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. Head for the hills.
All I can say is I feel sad for her. I don't know what else.
Yeah, it's too bad. I don't feel bad for her, but that's...
Well,
I don't.
I hope, I have a heart of compassion for her, so...
Well, I'd feel